Hello everybody! Today we are designing a Super Smelter for my survival series. This is an approximation of the room I have to work with. Of course, vertical height is negotiable, but the length and width is more or less set. I can probably stretch it a little bit if needed, but that's about as much as I would have. So, what we are designing is I want a Super Smelter that will smelt 5 stacks of items at a time. Why 5 stacks? Well, because that's how many items a minecart hopper can hold. So let's dive into it, and we're going to start by laying out, come out to about here, and we're going to lay out the furnaces. Okay, with all the furnaces set up, now we need to set up the hoppers that will feed the items into the furnace. Okay, we have the hoppers in. And now we need to set up the rails for the minecarts. Okay, we have all the rails in for the items to be smelted, but not for the fuel. And there's a reason for that, because if you'll notice, we have a gap after every 5th furnace. That is because we are going to be using a lava farm to power this super smelter. And lava buckets do not stack. So we need to design a rail system that is going to drop off the 5 buckets here, and then here, and then here, and so on. And I think I know how I want to do that, so let's just get a module or 2 in and I'll show you how that works. Okay, this took me a little bit longer to design than I would like to admit, but here we have it. So how the system works is the minecart will come along this track, it'll activate this detector rail, that will activate this piston, pushing this hard block over, which will of course hard power that block, which will switch this track to go this way. Then this one will do the same, and so on all the way around. And then when the last cart gets to the end, we'll have a signal go around that will reset all of those pistons. So let's just see if that's going to work. And we'll send the first cart, and we'll send the second cart, and as you can see, it's working beautifully. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this system all the way around, and I will see you then. Okay, the fuel modules for all the inside furnaces are in and done. As you can see, there is a one minecart in front of every single one from the test system I just did. And you may notice this system has glass here, while over here we don't. That is because rails suck. So with this system powered, it'll direct it this way, and unpowered, it'll direct it this way, which is opposite of all those two sides. And I couldn't figure out why or how to fix it, so we just modified the piston system a little bit. If any of you in the comments know why that is and how to fix it, please feel free to let me know, because that was very frustrating. So with that problem out of the way, I just need to hook up all the rail systems for the inside furnaces. And then I need to build all the modules like this for the outside furnaces. So I'm going to get started on that. Okay, all the inside furnaces are hooked up the way they should be. This here is just a temporary system to recollect the minecarts, so if everything works flawlessly, this chest down here at the end should have 30 minecarts in it when we're done. So I'm going to test the system, and then we'll go check the chest together. Okay, and it looks like the minecarts made their way through the system, so first thing we want to check is, do we have 30 minecarts in here? That's 27. I have 29. You're not hiding in the top hopper, are you? 18, 27, 20, 29. I'm missing one. Uh-oh. Well, we found the minecart, and we also found the problem. I did not put rails there and there. Perfect. So now that system would have functioned just fine. The lower system is done. We need to do the upper system for the outside furnaces. So I'm going to get that started, and I'll show you when it's done. And there we have it. All the modules are in and hooked up as they should be. So when this test is done, we should have a total of 64 minecarts over here, which is a full chest and 2 hoppers. So we're going to go ahead and test that system, and we will go check that chest together. Well, we appear to have a couple of issues. Obviously, we have the issue with these carts here, and we have an issue with the fact that these systems didn't trigger, and they didn't trigger for a very specific reason. I forgot to put my redstone dust in all of these blocks here. So I'm going to fix that, then we'll retest the system and see if we still have carts backing up, and if so, we'll have to fix that. Okay, so we fixed the redstone dust issue, and we found the source of them backing up. This system here just ended at this block, so as the carts would hit here, they would bounce back, and that's what caused the backlog. So I fixed that. They should all go into the cactus as well. And we have to send another 64 minecarts down the system to test it. So I'm going to do that, and we will check the chest when I am done. Well, here we are. The whole system did work without a hitch. You will notice I'm missing 3 minecarts here, but luckily I know where they are. On these corner ones, we weren't working, so I did this to try and get them working, and that still didn't work. So we're going to have to fix that on the 3 corner ones. But once I do that, the system will work flawlessly. So I'm going to do some bug fixing on that and then retest, and by then we should be fine. Alright, I did manage to fix my corner issue here. I just raised that block and now it'll continue on. And the fix I had before wouldn't have worked because, well, it would have skipped about 3 or 4 hoppers here, and that just wouldn't have worked well. So that's been resolved, so now we need to start with the lava farm. So the first thing we need to do is place down a buttload of cauldrons. So I'll do that and show you when we're done. Alright, all the pistons and all the feed tapes are in. So if I've done everything exactly correct, when I push this button, the system should trigger off and send everything all the way around and continue on. So let's see if I've done everything correctly. That looks good. That doesn't look good. What is... I have an issue here. That didn't push over, though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, it should be able to... Hold up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Where did we... I'm going to figure this out, and I will show you guys when I figure it out. Okay, I did figure it out. We had a misaligned piston here, which also would have extended this feed tape that went straight through here to 13, which a piston won't push. So we kind of just backdoored to fix in here. This is just testing and everything, so in the survival world, I'll be sure to make sure I don't make that mistake. But for now, this system here will do that. So when I go back to the beginning, we'll place in a cauldron to get us started, push the button, and this should work perfectly if I've done everything correctly. What happened here? I thought I saw this one trigger, but I don't think it had a... Did it not have a cauldron in front of it, maybe? Okay, did we have anything break? Okay. We'll place another cauldron, and we'll hit the button, and we'll see if anything breaks. Okay, this one definitely pushed. Okay, so we're breaking right here. Oh. Helps if we have a piston to push things this way. Now it should work. All the way around. I feel like we didn't... I think we broke somewhere around here. Why do I have a row of 2 right here? I screwed up again. Okay, another round of bug fixes, and the system is working flawlessly. Now I have the off switch hooked into it, so this isn't running when I don't want it to be. So when I flip this switch, that piston extends, which stops the chain. And when I flip it on, that will power through a auto switch off circuit. It'll send a pulse off to here, which will power this piston and start the chain again and again and again. So I'll stop that, and then we'll watch that come all the way around. We'll show that to you guys again because I wasn't really watching it. The chain goes all the way around, and we'll continue to do so until I do that. So with that in, next step is the dripstone and the lava. So I will take care of that. Okay, all the dripstone and lava is in. The annoying thing is these all do have to be lava source blocks. Flowing lava won't fill up a cauldron, so that's going to be fun in my survivor world. But moving on, you might notice a water cauldron here. I put that there when I triggered the system to time how long it takes for the whole system to go all the way around. And it takes about 25 minutes for that to happen, so that will be plenty of time for cauldrons to fill up. So, what the next thing is, we need to set up our AFK system here, where I will stand with empty buckets and spam the button down so that it fills up the empty buckets with lava. So, I'll set that up real quick. So the AFK section is complete, so how it will work is I will stand here. This block will stop me from going too far. And I will spam this with empty buckets, and I will have a full inventory, so the lava bucket will be dispensed down into the water. These hoppers pick that up, and I'm just going to drop down and feed it down into this. We take a output from this hopper. Every time a bucket goes through it, it will power this dropper, which will give me a new empty bucket. So now we need the storage for the empty buckets, the hopper chain to feed them in, and the item elevator to take the empty buckets that come out of the furnace back up and replenish the system. And this is where the empty buckets will get stored. They, of course, feed all the way down into our dropper there. And this is where the item elevator is going to come up and plug into this chest, which, of course, will resupply these chests. And then we'll build the item elevator once we have the collection systems for all of the furnaces in place. So until then, it's time to build the system that will send off the minecarts with hoppers full of lava buckets. So we need a loading station for a minecart hopper. Okay, so this is the lava bucket loading system. All the lava buckets will be stored in here. They will feed down to this hopper, which will feed the minecarts as they come in. So now we just need the minecart storage system. And it should be able to store about 20 or so minecart with hoppers should do the trick. Do you ever look at part of your redstone system and just know there's a problem with it, but you can't quite place it? That was me yesterday when I was looking at this system, which triggers off the reset. Do you guys see the problem? I'll give you a second. Okay, yesterday I couldn't place it. Luckily today I could. So the problem is, this will reset all of the rails when the system is only half full, which means all these outside furnaces will never get any fuel. So I need to take that input from this hopper. The problem is I've got carts and everything else in the way, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to do that. So I'm going to work on that before I build the minecart with hopper storage system. Okay, so that problem is fixed. So how that works is that's just going to drop it down. I have a rail down at the bottom, a powered rail. That's going to send that up the way it normally would. And then we take that signal out to the reset system. So with that all sorted out, we are going to go ahead and build up the minecart storage system. Okay, we have made some progress here. So we're going to have the empty minecarts come this way, and they are going to end up in the minecart storage system. And you see we have a gate at the bottom to stop them from hitting the rail. Over here we have the minecart loading system. And when this minecart here ends up with 5 buckets in it, it will trigger off this and let it go. It will also trigger off this. This goes through the monostable circuit here. And that is what powers that gate at the bottom to open for 1 tick, which allows 1 minecart to come through. It comes up here through a water elevator and resets the system. So with that system all in, the only thing left to sort out now is the item distribution system, and we are very quickly running out of room here. However, I think we can just squeeze that in. Okay, the rest of the system is in and done, so I'll just take you through it here. That's a standard loading station. This here, we always have a minecart here primed, so when this one triggers, it'll send this one down. Then when that one's filling, it'll send a new one up to be primed here. That, of course, is coming from the minecart storage station down here. A couple of other bug fixes to worry about here is you can see anywhere I have an observer here, I've blocked the lava source up top and gotten rid of the dripstone. What was happening as I was AFKing there to test the system is these observers would update, triggering this piston at the same time this one was trying to push over. So the system would lock up and break. So that fixed that issue. And outside that, I think we're ready to give the system a good test. So let's throw some goodies in here. I need to get some goodies first. And we'll throw a good 5 stacks in just to, well, 9 stacks will work just to test the system. And as that launches, we should see all those furnaces starting to light up. Because there is lava in all of them. I already did that, so. Any second now. There we go. That cart's going. Oh. First problem. Alright, but the furnaces are coming on. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe I just couldn't see it from my angle. Yeah, looks like they're all coming on there. And as they come back around, we should see all the front furnaces coming on. And here the last one comes, and all those front furnaces should all light on. Oh, we have one that didn't light. But everything else is lighting up. Let's find out why this one didn't light. My guess is there's something sitting in it from building. Yep. From building breaking. And there we have it. This system is in, done, and working just fine. So, that is the Super Smelter that can smelt 5 stacks of items simultaneously. Thank you to those who came out and watched this video. It has been a ton of fun working on this Super Smelter. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button before you go. And I will see you next time. Goodbye!